Hello everybody, and welcome to the season finale of the DCW Universe Mode. It is DCW, the man comes around, in honor of our Women's Championship challenger here tonight, Becky Lynch. I am very excited for this show. Yes, like I said, it is the season finale of the Universe Mode. We're going to do these last two parts, and then we're going to go on a little bit of a break, but that doesn't mean that we're going to leave you with bad action. Tonight is going to be incredible. We have 4 awesome matches here tonight. We have 3 title matches and 1 tag team grudge match. That is going to be an epic matchup, so make sure you stay subscribed to the channel and with notifications turned on, so that way you know when both part 2 and also, I guess, part 1 go up on VOD. These are going to be scheduled as premieres, so you guys can watch live with me, so make sure to get active in the chat and let me know what you think of all the matches as they're going on. But guys, we are kicking off part 1 today with a title matchup. It is a tag team title matchup. It is going to be the Balor Club's Gallows and Anderson defending the DCW Tag Team Championships against DIY, the returning tag team of DIY, who won a #1 contenders matchup against the Usos to get this tag team championship matchup. Now, Balor Club has been spread pretty thin. We haven't seen AJ Styles since he lost to The Fiend, and Finn Balor faces The Fiend later tonight in Part 2 for the DCW World Championship, so it'll be interesting to see if Gallows and Anderson's focus is not on their title matchup here tonight, and it'll be interesting to see how much DIY can work together on a championship match level. And there you see the DCW Tag Team titles. We'll have our Tag Team Championship match on this episode, and then in the main event of Part 1, we will have Becky Lynch versus Rosemary for the DCW Women's Championship. Part 2, we will have the Hardys versus Undisputed Era, and then our main event, The Fiend defending the DCW World Championship against the Demon, Finn Balor. That is one heck of a card, if you ask me. Even if it is only 4 matches, that seems like one heck of a card. As we are getting the opening introductions, the tag team champions staring across the ring from their opposition. And here we go, the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, starting things off with Johnny Gargano. You know, to be honest, when I started doing the DCW Universe Mode, I never would have expected to see Balor Club versus DIY. But I mean, stranger things have happened in this Universe Mode. Oh, look at this. Carl Anderson got caught being cocky. And the Tag Team Champions nearly lost the titles there to Gargano and Ciampa. Look at that, Gargano taunting back. Woo! In the early stages, oh, Gallows and Anderson, they have to keep focused on Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, Gargano. Oh, coming out hot and heavy here, tripping up Carl Anderson, the Machine Gun. Oh, nice elbow off the head. And now look at this. Oh, Carl Anderson. Oh, one-winged angel. No, Gargano counters out into a Hurricane Rana. Carl Anderson may have been trying to give a little shout-out to his old New Japan buddy, Kenny Omega. Oh, here we go, off the ropes. Oh, that was a botch. Oh, Gargano trying to cover up with a nice kick. Oh, huge body shots. Oh, enziguri off the ropes. A lot of bald men in this matchup, I just realized. The referee, Ciampa, Gallows, Anderson. Gargano's the only one involved in this matchup that actually has hair. Then again, they do all have facial hair, so I guess they do have something going for them. Carl Anderson just raked the eyes, of Johnny Gargano. I mean, when you come down to it... Oh, look at that. Carl Anderson bad-mouthing Tommaso Ciampa and knocking him off the apron. Oh! And Gallows just a cheap shot to Gargano in the back of the head. Carl Anderson into the roll-up, and Gargano, thankfully, able to kick out, but... Oh, Gallows just utilizing the referee to his advantage with the distraction, and Ciampa trying to get into the ring. Oh! I don't know if Carl Anderson got that rake to the eyes off, but I mean, I guess the referee isn't exactly, against it. Oh, and again, Gallows, meeting Gargano with a cheap shot and then a super kick from Carl Anderson, but it still doesn't matter. There's a rope break. The DCW Tag Team Champions have fought against many incredible teams in their reign thus far. Undisputed Era, New Day. I'm sure I'm forgetting others, but trust me, they have. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in their time as DIY. They've competed against a heck of a lot of tag teams. Who can forget their clashes with the Revival, the Authors of Pain? A Mustache Mountain fantasy match at Worlds Collide. And now look at this, Tommaso Ciampa running interference on Carl Anderson. Dream Valley Drive, or what do they call it? Death Valley Driver? I don't know why I called it a Dream Valley Driver. Force of habit. And look at this. Gargano back in the ring. It seems like the Death Valley Driver didn't exactly put down Carl Anderson, but that running powerbomb may have just put down Johnny Gargano. Here we go. Into the cover. And a kick out by Gargano. The running Liger bomb from Carl Anderson. Trying to put down the Rebel Heart. Former World Heavyweight Champion. That's what a lot of people might forget about Johnny Gargano. He was the World Heavyweight Champion for the longest time here in this Universe mode. And he makes the tag to Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa now in. Running knee to Gallows. And a shotgun knee strike to Gallows this time. And the Willow's Bell on the way from Carl Anderson, and Gallows not able to interrupt it. Luke Gallows missed with a shot. Tommaso Ciampa sends him into the corner. And Luke Gallows, the big LG. Missed with the shot. He missed with the shotgun dropkick. Carl Anderson out of the way. German suplex. And that's going to be rough on the neck of Tommaso Ciampa. The surgically repaired neck of Tommaso Ciampa. Now Anderson and Gallows back on the attack. Johnny Gargano now finally back up to his feet, back up onto the apron, back involved in this matchup. And here we go. The Boot of Doom! The Boot of Doom from Gallows and Anderson, and Gallows knocking Johnny Gargano off the apron. The perfect scenario for a pinfall attempt. And no, I was going to say and for the victory, but Tommaso Ciampa able to kick out. Johnny Gargano, he's got to get back up on that apron. He's got to get back involved in this matchup. Tommaso Ciampa can't really do it all himself. Although, for the time being, he seems to be doing it pretty darn well. Tommaso Ciampa. Taking down Gallows. And now Ciampa. Diving out. Oh my God, I think he might have overshot it. Tommaso Ciampa landing in the timekeeper's area. Gargano on the other side of the ring. Super kick, reverse Rana combination. And Luke Gallows on the other side of the ring. Looking for a pump handle. Ciampa able to counter out of it. Big back suplex. And this tag team matchup is getting a little crazy. Tommaso Ciampa somehow able to come back after that huge dive to the outside, and he's grabbing at his shoulder, you saw. Shotgun knee strike. But Carl Anderson was up against the ropes, absorbing a little bit of the impact. Carl Anderson, another roll-up pin. This time, Ciampa able to kick out. Carl Anderson once again taking out Johnny Gargano. Ciampa. Oh my God, the huge slaps. Huge slaps to Anderson. And Anderson hits eats a bicycle knee. And Tommaso Ciampa. Willow's Bell again, this time to Luke Gallows. And the big LG has been neutralized on the outside. And another bicycle knee strike. And DIY, they're looking at each other. They have something in mind. Shot to the gut. Slingshot DDT to Carl Anderson. What kind of combination is this? The slingshot DDT. And the running knee strike. Oh my God. That was almost like a Kinshasa. Oh, right after that slingshot DDT. Look at the ferocity here from Tommaso Ciampa. And here we go. This could be it. Gallows is out of here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Gallows breaks it up. If Luke Gallows had been neutralized... Go for the cover again. Luke Gallows... If Luke Gallows wasn't there, we could have just seen new tag team champions. What a combination. Oh, Carl Anderson. Oh! Pulling the leg of Tommaso Ciampa. We know the history of Tommaso Ciampa's knee. Oh, Anderson looking for the gun stun. Knee strike. Tommaso Ciampa looking to put away Carl Anderson again. Oh, Carl Anderson caught the foot again. Gun stun! The gun stun from Carl Anderson. Is it enough? Yes, it is. Gallows and Anderson retain the tag team titles. Holy cow. Gargano and Ciampa looked like they had the matchup well at hand, especially towards the end there. The slingshot DDT and the knee strike combination, I feel like was their best bet. They never hit the super kick knee strike combination. But I feel like it was right after the dive with Tommaso Ciampa to the outside into the timekeeper's area. I guess Ciampa must have landed on something hard, hurt his shoulder. And when Carl Anderson hit that brutal gun stun, it was just way too much for Tommaso Ciampa to handle. Gargano had been neutralized. I'm surprised. Oh! This didn't end the match up here. Instead, it was the gun stun from the machine gun Carl Anderson. The Balor Club, even if they are spread thin tonight, they are still your DCW Tag Team Champions. But the question is this the only gold that Balor Club is going to be leaving here with tonight? That is the question to be answered on DCW. The Man Comes Around, Part 2 with Finn Balor and The Fiend. But we have our main event of Part 1 here tonight. The reason this entire pay-per-view is named after it, it is the DCW Women's Championship. Rosemary defends against Becky Lynch, who has cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase with notice to Rosemary here tonight. And the man is coming around for the DCW Women's Championship. Becky Lynch, we haven't seen her ever since Rosemary had put her out through a flaming table, I think almost immediately following Becky Lynch winning the Women's Money in the Bank briefcase. But here tonight, Becky Lynch is back, and she is back for the DCW Women's Championship. I'm very excited for this. I was excited when Becky Lynch originally came to the Universe mode, and then I was very bummed when Rosemary took her out and we weren't able to see a lot of her in the Universe mode. And then when she returned, my mind just floated so many ideas of so many incredible matches that Becky Lynch could have. And I'm super happy that she has chosen to go right after Rosemary, to go right after the DCW Women's Championship. And the man with a serious look on her face, looking to slap the head off the Demon Assassin here tonight, get her vengeance, and get the DCW Women's Championship around her waist. Becky Lynch would be an incredible women's champion here in DCW. But Rosemary has definitely been one of the most dangerous competitors in the women's division. The question is, who comes out ahead tonight? The Demon or the Man? We find out right here, right now. Look at that beautiful championship. I love the white strap. Very beautiful. Guys, if you guys have enjoyed Part 1 here tonight, let me know in the comment section below and leave a thumbs up on the video if you've enjoyed. Look at this, Becky Lynch pacing back and forth in the corner, prepared to get this championship match underway. And here we go. For the DCW Women's Championship. Just recently we saw Becky Lynch get a bit of revenge on Rosemary, putting her through a flaming table with the Beck Splitter suplex. I'm actually surprised Rosemary is even here tonight after that. But, I mean, like I said earlier in this episode, crazier things have happened in this Universe mode. Rosemary coming back from going through a flaming table doesn't surprise me, and it ain't the first time it's happened. The Monsters Ball match with Candice LeRae, she got put through a flaming table there. It's a cakewalk for Rosemary. Oh, Becky Lynch seems to have an answer for everything that Rosemary has thrown at her in this matchup here tonight. Tried to look for the disarmer, it seemed like. And Rosemary retreating to the outside, and some trash talking taking center stage here in our main event here of part 1. And Becky Lynch daring Rosemary to get back inside the ring. Oh, apparently Rosemary will not go face to face with the man. Ooh, and the big red mist. We've seen Rosemary utilize the mist in the past. I don't think we've ever seen her spit out red mist, though. Oh, Rosemary taking down Becky Lynch with a clothesline. And now Rosemary has the early advantage in this matchup despite the countless number of retreats to the outside. Rosemary's had a very interesting time here in the DCW Universe mode. Candice LeRae came back and found Rosemary, tried to help her get Nikki Cross back. Oh, Rosemary looking for the red wedding. Oh, Becky Lynch able to reverse out of it. Anyways, Rosemary became the DCW Women's Champion by defeating Asuka in an open challenge matchup. And then Rosemary went on to defend against Bianca Belair. Oh, Candice LeRae in the Monsters Ball matchup. And then Nikki Cross was released from Rosemary's, I guess, mind control. Oh, and then Becky Lynch cost Rosemary a matchup against Nikki Cross recently on DCW TV. And that was, I think, the week after Becky Lynch returned and announced that she was cashing in her Money in the Bank briefcase. Oh, for a championship matchup here tonight. A lot of twists and turns for Rosemary here in DCW. The one thing that would shut up all the critics is if she's able to defeat Becky Lynch here tonight. I would say if she's able to do it fairly, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. Oh my God. Becky Lynch just met with a huge right hand from Rosemary, nearly put her out. I mean, we've seen how Becky Lynch takes, hard strikes from the likes of Nia Jax. Oh, man. Although I don't know if Rosemary lined up that shot like Nia Jax did. Oh, but she will definitely continue on the punishment here. Rosemary looking for the red wedding, the F5. Becky Lynch looking for the disarmer. Oh, the arm lock. Rosemary back on the attack, back on the cover of the man, and the man able to kick out. You gotta wonder for Rosemary, when will doubt start to set in? When you're fighting against somebody with the heart, the gumption, the will to win like Becky Lynch, it's gonna take a heck of a lot to put her down. Rosemary off the turnbuckle, German suplex taking her down. And Becky Lynch seems to be rolling here. Gonna try and target out after that arm. And try and lock on that disarmer. That's the best bet for Becky Lynch here tonight. Just stomping on the arm. Rosemary takes over Becky Lynch. And now Rosemary, drop kicking Becky Lynch square on the bridge of the nose. Here we go, cover one. And a rope break by Becky Lynch. And Rosemary apparently didn't realize that she was so close to the ropes. Well, that's something you got to realize here, especially in a title matchup. You got to realize where the ropes are. You got to realize where you are in the ring. Rosemary, misses the splash in the corner. And Becky Lynch, misses her own splash in the corner. Both women, missing splashes, but Rosemary comes out ahead with the backbreaker. Here we go, cover for the championship. And Becky able to kick out. And Rosemary thought she put her away with that backbreaker. Missed with the back elbow. Becky Lynch finds her opening. And Lynch going after the arm again, getting it caught up in the ropes. Rosemary catches the kick. Twists the leg. Oh my goodness. And a big slap from Rosemary. Rosemary mocking the man, slapping her square on the jaw. And look at this, the man kneeling to the demon assassin. a sign of things to come tonight? No, it is not. That's more of a sign of things to come. Becky Lynch will stand up to Rosemary, but the question is, will she be able to stand up enough to win the Women's Championship? Oh, spins her around. Oh, that's with the forearm. Rosemary backed up into the corner. Oh, and again, Rosemary knocked out of the ring. And Becky Lynch going to have to retrieve the Women's Champion. You can't win it via countout. But then again, I have told our referees here tonight to give them a little bit of leeway for the championship matches here tonight. Don't count them out. Oh, Rosemary. Oh, dropping Becky on the barricade. And you can already start to notice that the referee not counting out our competitors here. I kind of told them to give the championship matches a little bit of leeway here. I don't want any weird finishes with countouts. That would be very stupid for the season finale here. So there are still disqualifications. Disqualifications are still in effect. It's just countouts are a little bit more leeway here tonight. And now Rosemary poised in the corner. Could be looking for the spear. Oh, yep, Becky Lynch countered with the DDT. And now Becky Lynch. Oh, this with the shot. Rosemary with a kick to the gut. Oh, Becky Lynch counters the snapmare kick. Oh, with a kick of her own, and then a forearm driving Rosemary out of the ring. What is Becky Lynch perched on the top rope? Becky Lynch from off the top rope with a drop kick, driving Rosemary into the barricade, and Becky Lynch landed hard on the floor. And there you see her getting back up to her feet, but getting back up slowly. Oh, and Becky Lynch. Oh, returning the favor to Rosemary, dropping Rosemary on the barricade, much like Rosemary did to Becky Lynch just a few minutes ago. And now Rosemary having a battle back. Oh, up in the red wedding again. Rosemary, though, planted with another reverse DDT for Becky Lynch. And now Becky has got to get her back in the ring. Like I said, you can't win the championship out here. Jeez, that was a hard fall from Becky Lynch off that drop kick. Even if it did put down Rosemary even a little bit, that is still a rough fall. Oh, looking for the back exploder, able to hit it. Now here we go, into the cover for the Women's Championship. Oh, and Rosemary just able to kick out. Becky Lynch, she's got to stay on her. She's got to stay focused. Oh, Rosemary starting to battle back. Bringing Becky Lynch into the corner. Oh, putting her down with some huge chops. Oh, and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch firing back. Oh my God, this is a barrage of strikes here from the man. Holy crap. Becky Lynch kicking any part of Rosemary's body that's moving. Holy cow! Rosemary with a kick. Oh, and Becky Lynch able to trip her up. Oh, square on the face. And Becky Lynch. Whoa, stunner! A stunner from Becky Lynch. Well, people have compared her as the modern day Stone Cold Steve Austin. We saw an example of it right there. Becky Lynch with a Stone Cold Stunner. But both women back up to their feet. Oh, and Becky looked like she was going for the disarmor. Rosemary able to roll out of it. Too tired to make the pin after that Stone Cold Stunner. And now Rosemary looking for the upside down. The corner headlock draped over the top rope. And that'll definitely drive the wind out of Becky Lynch. If Becky was just able to make that pin off that Stone Cold Stunner, we could have seen a new women's champion. But nevertheless, this matchup will continue. And will it continue or will it end? That was the question right there on that pinfall, but Rosemary not able to keep the man down thus far. Ooh. Now Rosemary looks to be going on her own striking offense. Oh! Nice bulldog there by Rosemary. Sending Becky Lynch into the corner, meets her with a big forearm. And Rosemary not playing around anymore. Oh. And Becky Lynch. Oh. Brought down to one knee. Oh. Able to battle back. And Becky. Oh. Missed with a forearm shot. And Rosemary. Oh. Able to launch her off. Snapmare kick by Rosemary. Rosemary screaming a primal scream at Becky Lynch. Oh, gonna look for the red wedding again. Here we go. Red wedding to Becky Lynch. But Rosemary, all that offense really took the wind out of her. Rosemary having to get back to a vertical base. She hits the red wedding, and she's able to make the pin, unlike Becky earlier. Oh, and Becky Lynch just barely able to kick out. And this championship match will continue. Rosemary in complete shock. I don't think I've ever seen anybody in DCW kick out of the red wedding. I mean, then again, it was a very, very delayed cover, but nevertheless, Becky Lynch able to kick out of the red wedding. Now what's Rosemary thinking next? Champion with fury in her eyes. More fury than usual, I should say. Putting Becky Lynch on the top rope. Meeting her with big chops. What is Rosemary thinking here? Oh, no way. No way. A red wedding from off the top rope. Oh, Becky Lynch able to fight out of it. Hurricane Rana sending Rosemary flying off the top rope. Rosemary was looking for a red wedding from off the top rope. Becky Lynch able to counter. Here we go. Stunner! The stunner from Becky Lynch. And that's the bottom line, because the man said so. Becky Lynch, this time covers almost immediately. Cover 1, 2. No, a kick out by the women's champion. Holy crap, Becky Lynch nearly put her away with that stunner. You got to put a little bit more stank on it. What is it that Stone Cold said to Kevin Owens doing the stunner? You got to put some more stank on it. Oh, Rosemary able to counter. Becky Lynch could have been looking for the disarmer again. Oop, shoving her off. Becky Lynch, big DDT. And the women's champion is rocked. That Stone Cold stunner might have woken up both women. Oh, Rosemary. Oh, nearly got her with the mist. Becky Lynch. Oh, going after the arm again. The previously hurt arm of Rosemary. And then the disarmer. The disarmer. She's got the disarmer locked in. Will she tap? Will she tap out? Yes, she does. Becky Lynch has done it. We have a new women's champion. Becky Lynch has tapped out the Demon Assassin. We have a new DCW Women's Champion. Becky Lynch moved out of the way of the poison mist and able to lock on that disarmer, that arm bar, twisting and bending the arm of the demon. And Rosemary taps out. Rosemary taps out to Becky Lynch, and we have a new DCW Women's Champion. Even when cashing in her briefcase on notice, Becky Lynch still able to come out with the win. The man came around here tonight, and the man came around to become the new DCW Women's Champion. Rosemary finally defeated for the championship, and now we have a new champion who hopefully is going to have many incredible matches going further in this universe mode. What a way to end part 1. Was there any better way to end DCW's pay-per-view of The Man Comes Around than to have The Man come around to become the new DCW Women's Champion? I'll see you guys on part 2.